Hey everybody, we're here to talk about a few big Disney World changes. Some of these could be a bit overwhelming if you don't know about them. So we're going to share all the need to know details so you're prepared for your next Disney World vacation. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Now you guys know we are keeping our finger on the pulse of everything going on in Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Now, a lot of huge changes have been happening in Disney World. I know, it's closed right now. That's a big change, but that's not what we're talking about. We've got lots of other changes that are going to be very, very different from the last time you were in Disney World that you're going to want to know about while you are planning your upcoming trip. First thing you're going to want to know about is all this crazy construction that's going on. Disney World is always changing, and currently there are a few major changes taking place around the parks, causing some noticeable construction. First, Cinderella Castle. Cinderella Castle is undergoing a magical quote-unquote makeover in preparation for Disney World's 50th anniversary. The castle is receiving a new rose gold pink hue. Yes, it's pretty pink, you guys, along with brighter blue and gold accents. We were able to see these new colors before the parks closed, and they really popped. You're going to get a very Sleeping Beauty Castle Disneyland vibe from these, if you remember how Disneyland's castle was revamped last year. Although the castle's not being covered at this time, you will see the work in progress throughout the day. Before the closure, cherry pickers were up during the day and construction workers were hard at work, meaning that you will likely have a few cranes in your castle photos if you choose to take them during the first part of the day. But they were putting the cranes down during the second half of the day for shows and fireworks. Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair also has new show times. Shows are now taking place in the evenings, and there are 3 shows instead of 5 due to that construction. They're happening at 5:15, 6:30, and 7:30 p.m. while construction's in progress. The construction before the closures was set to continue through the summer, but we could experience some delays now depending on how long the parks remain closed. All right, moving on to the Epcot entrance and neighborhoods. We've talked a few times about the massive Epcot transformation that is taking place. It's in a state of disarray with a bunch of new construction walls around the entrance of the park. This may throw you for a bit of a loop if you're expecting the Epcot you've known and loved for the last few years. Locations like Mouse Gear and Character Spot are closed, and construction walls no longer allow you to walk your normal park route. The future world we have known and loved for over 35 years will soon be segmented into neighborhoods known as World Celebration, World Discovery, and World Nature. So the new design is going to unify the front and back sections of the park by creating 4 total neighborhoods, each celebrating and building on the existing parts of Epcot we love. There will be reimagined entrance fountain that will pay homage to the origins of Epcot, quote unquote, and to complete all of these projects, Disney started to add a few new construction walls that may redirect the way you walk around and access different parts of the park. It's totally not what you're used to. So for the time being, you can't walk straight past Spaceship Earth at all anymore. You need to head to the left, past the future Guardians of the Galaxy coaster to head towards Test Track in Mexico, or go right if you're headed towards Soarin' and Canada. So Disney has also announced that Spaceship Earth will be closing for a massive transformation on May 26th. If Disney sticks with this date, our farewell to the Spaceship Earth we currently know may be cut short, and many may be taken by surprise by the fact that they cannot ride on Spaceship Earth during their next Disney World vacation. The ride will be reimagined with a new narration element and will follow quote-unquote storytelling light, whatever that is, throughout human history rather than the current storyline of the development of communication and technology. Seems like some of our favorite scenes are going to remain intact, but at this time we're not quite sure what's going to stay, what will become part of Disney history, and when the whole thing's going to close in the first place. Also, of course, there's the possibility of construction being delayed. So when it comes to all that construction in Epcot and around Walt Disney World, we also want to mention that due to all the closures, we could see construction projects being delayed and projects being abandoned altogether. As of right now, Disney's not mentioned any delays or cancellations, but of course, we'll be sure to let you know if these are announced. If you're not already following our newsletter, then you definitely should. We'll put the link in this description of this video so you can follow our newsletter and get all the information at the earliest you possibly can. All right, let's talk dining plan. Disney's got a brand new dining plan option called Dining Plan Plus. This new option includes 2 meal credits to use any way you'd like, along with 2 snack credits per day. So this is kind of like in between the regular standard dining plan and the deluxe dining plan, which gives you 3 credits to use at any restaurant, table service or counter service. And then the standard dining plan gives you 1 table service and 1 counter service credit per day. So the Dining Plan Plus option is kind of in between those two. Now, a lot of people who are planning may not know that that's available and may not know that they should crunch those numbers and see if that's the dining plan they should choose. So the price of the Disney Dining Plan Plus is $94.61 per night for adults and $35.01 per night for kids who are 3 to 9. So if you're thinking the standard Disney dining plan is not enough food for you and your family, or you want to do a few more table service restaurants than what that allows you to do, but the deluxe dining plan is way too much food and you don't know that you can handle all of that, then the Dining Plan Plus option might be for you. So definitely crunch those numbers. And of course, we've already updated our DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining with all of the details with the Dining Plan Plus option and crunching those numbers as well. So you can head over to dfbstore.com and pick up the DFB guide. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if it's not for you, if it doesn't help you make the decisions you want to make, you can always return it, get a refund. But we've gotten a lot of good feedback on that guide. A lot of people use it every single year to plan their trip. So dfbstore.com. Don't forget to use code YouTube to get a discount. All right, let's head over to Hollywood Studios. Lots of new opportunities and experiences have come to Hollywood Studios within the last year. For those of you who haven't been to Hollywood Studios to see all of these new changes, it can be seriously overwhelming if you haven't been in the past year or so. Not only are there new attractions like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and Rise of the Resistance and Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, there are also new options when it comes to Fast Pass tiers. You'll now have to choose from Slinky Dog Dash, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway when choosing a Tier 1 Fast Pass. And you're going to need to get a boarding pass if you want to ride Rise of the Resistance. This means you can snag Slinky Dog as a Tier 1 and then Rock and Roller Coaster and Toy Story Mania as Tier 2 Fast Passes. Plus, don't forget to get there super early to get your boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance, but that way you can ride 4 of the park's top rides in one day, as opposed to prior to this, you really could only ride 1 top ride in a day because everything was basically a Tier 1 Fast Pass. So definitely take advantage of that Fast Pass tier change for sure. And don't forget that due to the introduction of those new boarding passes, you'll likely be changing the way you plan your Hollywood Studios day. Your day is going to start much earlier if you want to get that Rise of the Resistance boarding pass. You're going to have to get to the park and into the park. That means through the tap styles, through security, etc. Be inside the park as soon as it opens so that you can get on your My Disney Experience account and get your boarding pass for Rise of the Resistance. They are still selling out really, really quickly, or at least they were before the closures. So if you want more info on just how to ride these top rides, we've got a video that's full of tips to ride all of them, even if you didn't snag Fast Passes. So we've got lots of details for you in our other Fast Pass and Hollywood Studios videos. All right, let's talk transportation. There are some new additions coming soon and that have just been introduced to Disney Transportation. First up, that Skyliner. If you haven't been to Disney World in the past year, the Skyliner is going to be new to you. Don't forget that that will link up several Disney World resorts as well as Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So it's a great, great, great option for getting places quickly if they are on the Skyliner route. So that can make a huge difference for your general timing overall in Disney World, getting from here to there. So definitely figure out the Skyliner system, use the Skyliner system. We've got all kinds of videos talking about it, of course. There are also new updated tram paths at Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdom. You're also going to find new entrance and bag check areas at Magic Kingdom and opening soon at Animal Kingdom. These will definitely help to ease some congestion when getting to the parks, but keep in mind that right now, all those changes mean a whole lot of construction as you're entering the parks, so you might need to walk a little further than you're used to for the time being. Disney's also been hard at work on a potential walkway between Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Magic Kingdom, which could really revolutionize how people get from here to there when it comes to the monorail resorts. This new way of getting between the two spots has the potential to make it even easier to get between Magic Kingdom and Grand Floridian. Last year, we spotted a permit for a Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom walkway and have been following the construction ever since. So that would be very, very cool. That would mean basically you could walk from the Transportation and Ticket Center all the way to Magic Kingdom if that walkway is open. It would be a long walk, But it would be a much shorter walk between Magic Kingdom and Grand Floridian and Polynesian and Grand Floridian. So that would be awesome. Now, we don't have a completion date for this project or even confirmation from Disney that it's happening, but all signs point to that it will happen, and we are really hoping that it does. And the next thing that's going to blindside you is those missing snacks. We wanted to give you a heads up. A few of our favorite treats have disappeared from Magic Kingdom. This kind of thing happens all the time. We fall in love with a snack, we can't stop talking about it because it's so good, and then suddenly it disappears. And that awesome new treat you were planning to get on your next trip is nowhere to be found. Sadly, some of these favorites may be gone for good, but if they return, we'll be the first to let you know. The Celebration Donut. Do you guys remember the huge Mickey Celebration Donut? Well, it had become one of our favorite park snacks, but it's sadly no longer being sold around the parks. The donut was introduced as a limited time treat for Mickey's 90th birthday, but ended up sticking around and moving around Magic Kingdom for almost a year. Now it could make a triumphant return, but for now it's no longer available. Luckily, Joffrey's Donuts, which are similar minus their Mickey shape, are still available around property. The churro ice cream sandwich is gone from Walt Disney World. You'll still find it in Disneyland, but it's gone from Disney World as of right now. Now, in its place is that returning chocolate chip cookie sandwich. So that one was around for many, many, many years before the churro sandwich came, and it is back. So you can still have a yummy ice cream sandwich, but it won't have the churros. Again, this is another treat that could return, but for the time being, it's not there. And then the Arendelle Aqua Cone. This is the third treat that's disappeared from Magic Kingdom that's really going to blindside folks. This was cotton candy flavored and had been sold at Storybook Treats since last October. Before the closure, we noticed it had disappeared from the menu. Now, we've seen this happen with other beloved cones like the Hey Hey cone, but usually they're replaced with another fun-themed cone. So hopefully when the parks reopen, we'll have a new cone to try out. So there are a few changes and updates in Disney World that really might blindside people. They haven't been necessarily on the front burner as people are planning, and they may surprise you. So hopefully this is helpful as you're planning your triumphant return to the Disney World theme parks. Thank you guys for listening, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.